Jan Ashirvad Yatra of Union Minister of State for External Affairs and Education, Dr. R.K. Ranjan, begins from Mao Gate. India reports 25,166 new COVID-19 cases, 437 deaths in last 24 hours. A very good evening and welcome to MAMITv Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. In order to express appreciation and happiness over the appointment of Dr. R.K. Ranjan as Union Minister of State for External Affairs and Education, the first Jan Ashirvad journey has begun from Mao Gate in Senapati district today. On reaching Mao Gate, Union Minister Dr. R.K. Ranjan was welcomed by representatives of Mao Council, Mao Students Union, Mao Naga Women Welfare Association, Mao Town Community and All Tribal Students Union at Zum. The representatives of different organizations presented simple traditional gifts to the minister. Mao Students Union, along with Song Song Village Authority, submitted a memorandum to the minister. Minister of Agriculture, O Lukoi, Outer MP, Dr. Lorho S. Fose, President of BJP Manipur Pradesh A. Sharda Devi, BJP General Secretary Organization Abhay Kumar Giri, former Rajya Sabha member KSH Bhavananda, President of BJP Senapati District Theko Peter and other leaders of BJP were present at the reception program. Expressing gratitude to those welcoming him, Dr. Ranjan said, allotting the prestigious portfolio of external affairs to a representative of a small state like Manipur, which is surrounded by Southeast Asian countries, is the clear example of the Prime Minister's ideology that as part of the Act East policy, without development of the Northeast, India cannot be developed. He said, as a Union Minister of State for Education, taking advantage of the new education policy, the IGNOU, SCERT and UGC have been providing various online platforms to the students of the Northeast with an objective of producing really talented students in the region. President of BJP Manipur Pradesh, A. Sharda Devi said, it is a matter of real pride that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appointed Dr. R.K. Ranjan, who had been tirelessly working towards bringing unity and peaceful coexistence in the entire state since his early days as a Minister of State. She praised the Prime Minister and the National President of BJP, J.P. Nadda.
North East India की लेरिबा स्टेट सिंसिगी resident commissioner सिंह दिल्ली द फमी बसिंग से मसीना मकोई सिगी होइबा brainstorming session नमा आई सिनगी हन हक तौजगनी करिगिनो हरगदि आई कोई की North East India द लेरिबा 8 state असे मसीगी लेरिबा bio resource अदुगा talent असे हाइबा residential commissioner सिंह असिना मकोई की state टू की brainstorming तौरकांदा link ama connectivity ama kanaga foreign country gi baru in Southeast Asia gi natro sa ki lairiba singsida ai khoi gi lairiba resource ai khoi gi missing se masi link tor ka na man economic activities se pagal hana ba khoi kan na banazari.
India reported a total of 25,166 new COVID-19 cases and 437 deaths in the last 24 hours, according to the Health Ministry data updates. The country's cumulative caseload declined to 3.69 lakh, of which total recoveries were at 3.14 crore across the country. A total of 36,830 patients were recovered in the last 24 hours, with India's recovery rate standing at 97.51%. India conducted 15.63 lakh tests during the previous day, according to the data. A total of 88.13 lakh doses were administered under the nationwide vaccination drive, bringing the total tally of doses administered to 55.47 crore. Walnut Development Officer, Horticulture and Soil Conservation, Technopol, organized a one-day district-level farmers training program yesterday at Technopol DC office complex. Taking part in the training program, Walnut Development Officer of Horticulture and Soil Conservation, More Mutham Nabachandra, said the training program was organized to increase horticulture products of the district. He added, through the training program, horticulture input will be distributed to farmers for the year 2019-20 and 2020-21, 11 water pumps, 11 sprayer pumps, equipment used for crop cultivation, organic pesticides, vermicompost, beekeeping box and honeybee extractor were distributed during the program. The items were distributed under MIDH, PMKSY and RKVY schemes. Mutham Nabachandra hoped that the items will benefit the farmers in increasing productivity. State Blood Cell National Health Mission Manipur and Nehru Yuva Kendra NYK Sangathan Imphal West jointly organized a one-day voluntary blood donation awareness campaign yesterday at Kombire Hall of Imphal West DC Complex. Deputy Director of NYK Imphal West, L. Marjit Kumar, State Program Officer of State Health Mission, Dr. H. Kamkhanpao Simte, Secretary of Network for Economic Welfare Service, Kumbi, K.H. Nilashandra, Secretary of Association for Voluntary Blood Donors Manipur, Thobal Branch, Nabakumar, and Account and Program Supervisor of NYK Imphal West, T. Sanajauba, also took part in the campaign. During the blood donation campaign, the organizers gave education on the need for blood donation by people between 18 to 65 years during the COVID-19 and requirement of blood unit. NYK Sangathan Imphal East said the blood donation camp will also be held at PTDO of Kongpal Chanam Lekai. Hairok Assembly Constituency COVID-19 Task Force has condemned the remarks against MLA of Hairok Assembly Constituency, Thokchom Radheshyam, by a person identified as Bichitra Sharma. Talking to media persons at Hairok Part 1, Publicity Secretary of the Task Force, NINGTHOUJAM Kameshwar, said the remarks were made due to misunderstanding. He said MLA Radheshyam has been providing monetary assistance of 50,000 rupees to 12 families affected by the second wave of COVID-19 so far, including workers of other political parties, adding that he has been helping the masses, keeping politics aside. Kameshwar appealed to the people not to spread false allegations towards the MLA without knowing the truth.
Honorable MLA na ngasi photo pirok matam da dola doli ge nai da na dum sanction la lakuni na hek kendra sida lei ki da khunyo sing da koi pi duna lakung ak da ni adu ne koi task force committee de ki so angma thak da mateng pang da na kendra sigi da mukta hona pi riba covid amaram orga tam thiriba lena na se ko na sanction lei bi sing da honorable MLA na tori ba thok thoram sing sida ko na ngasi phoda adu matik yam na di penja bhai tare.
Speaking to media persons, Bichitra Sharma clarified that he said those remarks were made after he failed to communicate with the MLA. He expressed hope that the monetary assistance will be granted as the application has reached the MLA. Joint Coordination Committee on Wildlife and Biodiversity, JCCWB Manipur, jointly seized 2 Tata tipper trucks with registration number MN01A1722 and MN04P0768 carrying red soil along with Range Forest Officer RFO Thobal during an inspection visit at quarry sites. RFO Thobal took the vehicles into their custody. JCCWB urged the Forest Department to take up appropriate steps to stop the illegal quarrying. They also drew the attention of Chief Minister to take up measures to conserve the natural beauty of the state. During the inspection, the team of JCCWB found visible evidence of quarrying around Waitho Lipokpi Kachin and Thobal Moijing. A team of NAB police station arrested 2 interstate drug traffickers from Mantripukri near the gate of New Secretariat building along NH2 yesterday around 4:30 p.m. The arrested persons have been identified as Mohammad Abdul Joinul, age 49, of Kwakta Makhalekai, Bishnupur district, and another person. 20 bundles of WY tablets weighing 24.07 kg in total were seized from the Tata truck bearing registration number NL01G7464, which were in their possession. A case has been registered at Narcotics and Affairs of Border Police Station for further investigation, Police PRO informed in a press release. Political activist Sapamja Kanglepal will announce which party he will join by September. The decision was made at the meeting held today at his residence in Lamlai Assembly constituency. An organization meant for only elders called Ahal Lupdin Lamlai was also formed at the meeting. Under the guidance of the organization, Lamlai Mapari Thogal Lob will decide which political party Kanglepal will join after conducting a survey at 40 polling stations of the constituency next month. Those who attended today's meeting praised the work of Kanglepal for the constituency, which is lagging behind in many developmental aspects. The 30th Manipuri Language Day will be observed at Iboyaima Shumang Lila Sanglen on August 20th. The event will be organized by Manipuri Language Day State Level Celebration Committee. District Magistrate Imphal East District has granted permission for the observance from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mag-printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mag wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mag-printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news. An Indian Air Force C-17 aircraft brought back 120 Indian officials, including the last of the Indian Embassy staff, ITBP personnel, and 4 media persons from the Kabul airport today. Indian Ambassador Rudrendra Tandon and other staff members were on board the flight from Kabul. The plane with the Indian officials landed in Gujarat's Jamnagar at around 11 a.m. Kabul airport was reopened for evacuation operations today morning by the American agencies. As part of efforts to evacuate its officials and staffers from Afghanistan, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on Monday evening spoke with his American counterpart Jake Sullivan for smooth evacuation of Indians from there. The Ministry of Home Affairs said that it is reviewing visa provisions in view of the current situation in Afghanistan. A new category of electronic visa called e-emergency, ex-miscellaneous visa, has been introduced to fast-track visa applications for entry into India. Thousands of people desperate to flee Afghanistan thronged Kabul's airport on Monday after the Taliban seized the capital. The Taliban swept into Kabul on Sunday after President Ashraf Ghani fled the country, bringing an end to a 2-decade campaign in which the US and its allies had tried to transform Afghanistan. West Bengal police arrested at least 30 Bharatiya Janata Party workers, including Siliguri MLA Sankar Ghosh, in front of their party office ahead of their Yuva Sankalp Yatra. The police said that they hadn't sought permission to embark on the rally, and so they have been arrested. Soon after the arrest, clashes erupted between the workers and the police. The Assam government today announced that the incoming passengers will be exempted from mandatory testing for COVID-19 at the airports, railway stations and road border points in the state. The Health Department of Assam issued an order in this regard. The order issued by Anurag Goel Principal Secretary to Health and Family Welfare Department of Assam, said strict containment measures, including continuous screening of incoming passengers through airports, railway stations and roads, are being conducted in the state of Assam to prevent spread of COVID-19. Goel said COVID-19 positivity is gradually decreasing in the state and the country now. Testing facilities are now available across the country to provide standardized COVID testing reports within 24 hours and upload the same in ICMR portal for cross-verification, he added. Moving on to the international news. The head of Afghanistan's central bank has fled Kabul, questioned the loyalty of Afghan security forces and blamed President Ashraf Ghani and his inexperienced advisors for the country's swift and chaotic fall to the Taliban. In a Twitter thread on Monday detailing how he worked at the bank until terrorists were at the gates of the city, acting governor Ajmal Ahmadi also said that US dollar supplies were dwindling and described escaping the capital on a military flight. He was appointed acting governor of Afghanistan's central bank just over a year ago, having previously worked at the US Treasury, the World Bank and in private equity, according to a short biography posted on a government website. Mention may be made that President Ashraf Ghani fled Afghanistan on Sunday as Taliban terrorists entered Kabul virtually unopposed. Ghani's lack of planning and failure to recognize the shortcomings of his advisors were the government's undoing, acting Governor Ahmadi said. He also added that once President's departure was announced, he knew within minutes chaos would follow and he cannot forgive him for creating that without a transition plan. Now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Jan Ashirvad Yatra of Union Minister of State for External Affairs and Education, Dr. R.K. Ranjan, begins from Mao Gate. India reports 25,166 new COVID-19 cases, 437 deaths in last 24 hours. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for joining.